Yeah, we did this before, Johnny. Okay. Hi, everyone. It's Susan here on YouTube Live. Thanks for bearing with me while I practice with all this electronic stuff. And I have Johnny Rico, my Make It Go guy, right here. Okay. So this is where I want to be able to connect with you today. And if you have downloaded the free app, Magnifi, Magnifi on your iPhone, you can call me. I'm taking your calls right today on the phone. Just remember, because this is a live medium, please do me a favor. If you have something that's sensitive, use a fake name. They can't see you. I can see you, but nobody else can see you. So just call me on Magnifi. And we are available worldwide in every English-speaking country right now. So I see lots of people. Floyders, Purdue. Okay. Hey, everyone. Claudia, hi. TC, hi. Maureen, Alan, Stars Views, Lori, Veronica. Oh, my goodness. Lucy Jones, Nami, Lucy. Lots of names here. Namaste, Diane, Ian, Mark. You guys, listen, if you have Magnifi, if you have an iPhone, do yourself a favor. Download the free app. Call me. I'll answer your question right here. Oh, hi from South Africa. Hi. Oh, I recognize some of these names. This is so cool, you guys. I actually recognize you from answering your text messages. Hi, JC, Amanda, Spotlight, Kent. Oh, my goodness. There are so many of you on here. Hi, everyone. Okay, so somebody left me a message. We're getting there. Okay, let's see. So I'm waiting for my first call on Magnifi. So I did this on Facebook. We had a really good time, and I didn't, oh my goodness, there's so many people here. Hi, Lucy. Hi. Oh, I want to talk to you, and I want to talk to you here too, but I have to thank all of you because you inspire me so much. I read these amazing, amazing things that you write, and I am convinced that you guys are the brightest on the planet and the most loving and the most, really spiritually and psychologically grounded. So thank you so much for giving me a place to interact with all of you. I have loved working with you. I have loved meeting you. And I love the fact that you've subscribed. You know why that's important to me? Because I always struggle with I don't want to say selling up, but I always struggle with how commercial and packagey to get, 5 things to make a man love you. And I don't want to do that to have hundreds of thousands of subscribers. I'd rather have a real conversation. So, my troops are growing and they're strong and they're mighty, but I want to give you guys the real thing that at the end of the video, when you're out in the real world, you're like, oh yeah, I can do that. Okay. So, oh my goodness, I'm seeing so many names that I understand. Lucy Jones. Hi, Lucy. Roxy, IVT, Tiari, Dale, M. Alex, Claudia, JC. Oh, I love these. Maureen, thank you so much. Oh, San Diego. Hi. Wonderful weather. We have sunshine today. New York. Yeah, the place everybody comes to for great weather. Okay, so you guys on Magnifi, please call me. So I can see this. Oh boy, there's a lot of people here. Thank you so much. I was opening up Facebook because I didn't stack the deck. I didn't say to my friends, call me and pretend you're a person, right? So I thought one of the things that we struggle with today is that this is all really confusing. I tell my clients, we didn't have my profession 15 years ago. I mean, you had therapists, whatever, you had couples counselors. In a world where everything is confusing, in a world where everyone is confused, we got to get you to know what you want and who you are. That's it. Once you know that, when you get into the middle of things that feel off, they're off. It's like things can be wrong and everybody's going, oh, this is normal. No, it's not normal. It's not normal to feel like a non-priority. It's not normal to have to hold back and feel that you can't trust somebody. Something's going on. So listen to yourself. Listen to everything about you. Oh my goodness. Hi from Scotland. I'm looking at this. I love this. Hi, Roseanne. Hi, everyone. Hi, Jill. Hello. Hello. Hi, red flags. Okay, red flags with men. Okay, if you guys aren't calling, I'm going to answer your questions here. Red flags with anyone, okay? Red flags are inconsistencies. There's something that we see that we have an idea of who the person is according to what they're wanting to show us. And yet there's something that pops out and it's like, that's a little not right. That seems weird. He said he was going to be working late and that he was out of contact, and then my friend saw him out, and that's kind of like not cool. So red flags, there's a delineation. There are kind of yellow flashing and red flags. Red flags are where you find inconsistency, you find lies, you find deceit, you find things that don't match. Like you've known this person, you're dating them, they won't give you their home number, they don't let you come to their apartment. That's kind of like there's something not right. Then there are flashing yellow flags. Somebody can have in the beginning of a relationship glitch, a hiccup. It is very common in new relationships to walk towards somebody and then suddenly retract. Because we get in this dynamic where, like, I'm coming to you, you're coming to me, and then something happens and I misread something, and then you misread my misread, and then we pull back, and then you pull back, and I pull back, and then I say something weird because my friend told me to say something weird. So a twin soul, hi, how are you? Oh my goodness, look at all these. There are valid red flags, and then there are the fears that we have in our mind. And it's always good practice to be able to try to delineate which is which. Okay, call me on Magnifi. You'll have a real session. Okay, let's see. Anything else? Okay, I'm going to stop. Victoria, okay, I'm so stuck. My boyfriend of 6 months broke up with me, cheated on me. I can't get over it. Future plans. Okay, so I know that breakups are hard. So I actually did the work, and I did breakup triage, the cure for heartache. You guys, it's 33 minutes long. I think Amazon sells it for a couple dollars. It is a really good narration of each of the phases of breakup, because breakups are so dismantling. This was your person, and now they're not. So part of the reason that feels so horrific is you knew what you're doing Friday night. You knew who was going to be your plus one at that party. And getting over that means you have to learn a new way of living. You have to learn new habits. You also have to go back to reinvesting in yourself and get with your friends, go to classes and go to the gym and do things that edify you, because that's so important. Because, in relationships, there's that point where we overgive. We're giving and giving and giving to a person. And it's because we want to be there. We give up our Friday night because, we'd rather be with them than go to the gym. We do a lot of things that we don't want to do. So finding your way back to your center, and then also thinking through it. Like, I'm a really firm fan of challenges are going to happen. In this life, you're not going to escape without challenges, romantically and otherwise. So we have to learn. We got to have a game plan. We've got to learn how to be resilient. It would be foolish to imagine we can live a life without challenges. So the best protocol is to figure out, what do I do next? It will happen. How do I handle it? One, mental attitude. Okay? You're not going to perish. Everyone here on this site, like I said on Facebook, everyone that was logging in, everyone that was clicking on, everyone that was calling, we've all gone through heartache. All your great relationship experts, we didn't get here because we had an easy time of it. You will get through it. I promise you. But take a look at breakup triage. I'm not just saying that because I wrote it. I'm really giving you the best 7 steps for the first just painful heartache, okay, to get through that. Okay, so you guys are not calling me on Magnifi. I will continue this. I know somebody will, because I know so many people were trying to call before. Thank you. Diana, the green M, Diana from Magnifi is helping you all know how to do this. Okay, so everything is good. My knobs are on. I had so many new people that came onto Facebook. Hi, everyone. Okay, so what else do we want to talk about? To whoever brokenhearted, we're in this together. Yes. Okay. And you guys, I love the fact that when I see you're chatting, you're so nice to each other. I did get an email from somebody who said that there was a person that was harassing them. I do allow you to make fun of me and have different opinions. Okay. It mostly comes up in older women, younger men. I get some mug toy guys that really just, an old broad who wants her. I'll let you say that. That's okay, because it's a different opinion. But if you harass my people, you're going bye-bye. We're just going to mute you. So everybody has had very, very good behavior. I have to commend you on that. Okay, Zach, I think... Hi, Zach. Are you the one I just talked to on Facebook? Okay. Yes, I think so. Okay. And for your relationship. Good. So here's what you're doing. You're going to the gym, seeing friends, going to school. Okay. You miss having a girlfriend. Yeah, we had a person. It's nice to be able to count on somebody, isn't it? It's nice to have somebody there. And this is the thing in our missing of our partner. You are only going to remember the good times. That's what makes you miss them. Does the chaos make you miss them? Does the work it took to be with them? When I think of how many things I went through that were things that, my partner had going on, I didn't have to take on that burden, but I did because I was in the relationship. So one thing you can do is try to remember the totality of everything that's happened. There are good times and there are bad times, okay? And we're going to miss the most beautiful times of all. Okay, thank you. YouTube won't allow me to apply the download link in the feed. I don't. Oh, okay. All right, everyone. So for some reason or other, the download link, go to Magnifi, Magnifi. Open up your iPhone, go under the apps. This is how you call me. It's a free download. Fill out the information. It may say it's going to charge you $1. They're not. These people are not charging you anything, okay? So this is a free call today during this time period. So just Magnifi, fill out all the information, and then put in the search bar Susan Winter, okay? YouTube won't allow me. Okay, so Magnifi has been trying to give you guys the link, and they can't for some reason or other. So let's see. Hi from California. Twin flame advice. Oh, that's a topic. If you survive them. That is a little detailed, but twin flame is, in a spiritual sense, it is the understanding that there is a person that you meet here in this life with whom you have had many times around, and you are two pieces that make a whole. But you come together in a friction environment, and it is to bring forth the pearl from this oyster, okay? So you will be chafing each other, and there will be big, unbelievable, like psychic, telepathic stuff. I mean, you feel for each other, and then there's conflict like you've never had before, and it's part of the refining process. It's a whole nother discipline. It's a whole nother study. We can talk about that later. It's very intense. And if you survive it, good for you. Okay, let's see. Here's what we have. A lot of breakup stuffs, okay? All right, you guys are talking to each other. That's good. Let's see here. I want my ex back. Okay, so let's see. Even though I want my ex back, do I simply let go and stop comparing myself to this other person to attract the best partner for me, whether it's my partner or not? If they broke up with you, and if you want them back, even if you broke up with them because you absolutely had to, like you chew your own leg off to get out of the leg hole trap, it doesn't mean you're not going to want them. But what you have to do is think it through. Was this relationship wonderful? Is this person good for me? Most times when we've gotten the juice out of the relationship, and I don't mean the love, I mean the message, the learning, when we've gained the insight from it, a lot of the attraction dissipates. It's like job done. It's completed. There is a tendency, if we're watching our partner be with other people, to do this, they've got a wonderful life thing. And so I always remind people, because I did it to myself so often, like, he's going to give her everything I never got. No, he's not. He's the same guy. He's not going to be vastly different with her. She's different. Yes, so she'll have a different energy. But it doesn't mean that suddenly they're going to get all the goodies. Okay, so I'm still hearing from Magnifi. Okay, let's see. So try to think this through. Two people have an arc of where they go together. And you want this to occur. You want to take this experience. And at the same time, you're going to do the best you can. And maybe your partner just couldn't hold on. No, got Johnny over here, you guys. Johnny, make it go. I know, Johnny, make it go. Sorry. Okay, where was I? I was in the middle of relationships. You got what I told the other Magnifi caller when I did the Facebook Live. We have to find a win. If you don't find the win, you will be looking at that person and trying to chase them. And here's the big fallacy. We think that when that person, I feel nothing, then boom, the person comes, oh, boom, I feel something, I feel love. It's you. You made me feel love. It's you. I'm happy, I'm happy, I'm happy. But then you go away. So naturally, we think, I'm never going to feel love again because love only occurred because this person was here. Then I felt love. And if they go away, my love is gone. My happiness is gone. All my good times are gone. So the way to think your way through this, you couldn't feel love if you didn't have it inside you. They didn't give you love. They bumped up against you like a catalyst and your love came spilling out like cookies out of a cookie jar. You're the one who loves. It's your feelings that you're feeling. That's it. And when you can wrap your head around it from that perspective, just allow yourself to just think one level higher, like you're looking down at all of this on earth. And you're like, wow, that love is a choice. I fell for this person. They bumped into me. Something came out. But now that they're gone, doesn't mean that I'll never feel it. I was the one who was loving. It was my love that I was feeling. That's why, haven't you wondered how some people just, no matter how you love them, they can't feel love? And it's not that you're not doing a good job and you keep trying to prove yourself over and over again. They're not connected to their sense of love. They can't feel the love that they have inside. They are disconnected from themselves. So therefore, on the flip side, the only person who ever feels the love is you. And that means you have the control of it. That means you can love again. It means they didn't rob you of anything. So you've got to find the gift in that, even if you have to get out a sheet of paper and say, okay, I got this, I got this, I got this. I would have never known about this indie band that I really like and made friends if I didn't date this person. I would have never known about this restaurant. I would have never started weightlifting, all different things. You've got to look for a win and you've got to be willing to let go. Energetically, you've got to be willing to let go because I have a big thing about this, because where you break up in a breakup, that wasn't working. You can't wait there like the little kid in the store waiting for mommy to come back. You've got to move. They moved. You can't find them if you sit and wait. You have to move. Okay, finalmente. I'm getting a call now. Okay, guys, here we go. Hi, how are you doing? Hi, it's Susan. How are you doing? Just so you know, you're on YouTube Live. You can turn off the volume on the YouTube.
Yes, can you hear me?
I can hear you. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine, thank you. It's so nice to speak with you live. I have been watching your YouTube videos and they're so nice. I mean, they're very different and very from a very happy place of understanding the relationship.
Good.
So I have a question about the whole relationship stuff, because as you know, everybody who is listening to you have gone through some challenges in their relationship.
Yes.
So how to just revive yourself and come to that point where you understand, okay, this is the time I should be, in a very sane state of mind to start your partner search, how to do that, because I believe after a while you just get jaded and you become very skeptic.
Yeah.
You can also use that for your advantage. However, it's just you have to push yourself hard to get into that zone. Obviously, we all desire a good partner, right? And we don't want to get hurt again.
Right.
So
this is brilliant. This is brilliant. I touched. So for those of you that have been on Facebook watching me before this, because I do a double bill today, I kind of answered this before, but I'm going to go into it again. This is beautiful. I've never done a video on this. Jaded. Any of you out there just a little bit jaded? Been around that Ferris wheel too many times, and one more time, it's like, oh God, I can't believe it. I'm losing faith in love. Oh God, why do I even bother to go on a date? I'm gonna chat up this person. They're probably gonna ghost me. They're gonna show up. They're not gonna look like they're. Yes, we can easily become jaded. Now, this is the mental work that we have to do. One, jaded means, here's the good side of it. Jaded means you've been around the block, so you can see the red flags, and you're smart enough to know. I've been there. I'm not doing that again, right? So I'm going to see, so you can see me, right? So I've been there. So let's make it work for us. Let's be jaded in the sense that we're smart and we're nobody's fool. So you have that work for you. But what we want to be very mindful of and very careful of is to not let it rob you of your ability to love. Just like a broken heart, don't let it rob you of your ability to love. We are in a continual state of evolution as humans here. Some of us are very aware of it. Some of us are just figuring it out now. But the point in each pass around the circle of ourself, and that's what it really is. Every relationship we have, it's not about them. I'll just jump to the end of the story. It's not about them. None of this is about them. It's all about you. Who are you? What do you want? How do you show up? Are you a better version of yourself? Are you a smarter version of yourself as you go around and around and around and around in your evolution of however many days and months and years and decades you have here? So what we try to do is do an analysis, okay? Because we want some smart strategy and forward movement. So we do. So I love a really clear mission statement. Like you wouldn't start a company without knowing your elevator pitch. And so I'd like you to, before you start dating again, I'd like you to write down, this is rudimentary, write down the things that worked, the things you know you have to have, okay? Your must-haves. You got to have your must-haves. Have then the things that you have already experienced that work for you. This is what I call your basic prototype. Every time you come out of a relationship, maybe even every time you get done with a blind date, or basically the online dating where it still is kind of a blind date, except you kind of know how to identify them in a restaurant, right? So you come back and you're like, oh, okay, really convinced I don't want this. But this was kind of nice. Never thought of that touch before. So we are adding to this incredible model that you are creating. You know, people create startups. You're creating your own prototype that is your perfect app, your perfect whatever for dating. So we also want you to believe in love, because if you heard what I said before, you know, love does exist, and we are simply looking to cut through the nonsense. But if you've been working on yourself, it's not going to affect you as much. You'll get daunted that so many people aren't, but you'll be able to filter through like next. Oh, no, next. You shouldn't have that much of a difficulty if you have a venue from which to find people. You know, it's only when we have a limited supply that it gets really kind of challenging, right? But if you know what you want, and then you've added to your prototype, and you be open and ready for a new partnership, and be open to explore and discover what you may not even know you like yet. That's what I would suggest to you.
So, Susan, I have one follow-up question to
Okay.
what you said. Thank you so much. I understand you work on yourself and you develop a prototype. This is not I want. That's more important than what I want. But out of the blue, you get attracted to someone without any reason, without any, preemptive, notions. And then you say, well, is this I'm falling into the same people I get attracted to, or is it something coming out of nowhere, or some kind of destiny kind of thing working? So how do you evaluate at those terms when if there's strong chemistry, you can always see that, but you don't know from where this is coming from. And it's coming from either from your
like, is it good or bad? Strong chemistry, is it good or bad? Okay. Yeah. Okay. So this is the book you have to open and read it page by page. I wish I had a better way. I wish I had an. If you're a little cynical and you've got your red flags and you kind of know what you're not looking for, they will reveal the gap if they're not up to your standard. They will. You will find it. You're attracted to what you're attracted to. Now, this is where I differ from a lot of other people. I'm not going to ask you to ever be with somebody you're not attracted to. That is just nonsense. This is romance. You get what you want. Understand, however, that there's the visual that you're attracted to, but there's also the internal. So you have to balance the two. Sometimes I'm like, surprise me. You know what I want on the inside. You show me a package that I may not have thought of. So everybody's got their types. So it's okay. You know, you have to explore it. You're going to have to use this with everything else. You're just going to have to walk through it, honey. I got nothing else to say. Okay. Thank you so much for your call. Thank you, hon. Thank you. Best wishes. No, you sound like you're very grounded and ready to do this. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Okay, hon. Thanks for your call. Okay, so I was telling my Facebook people, this is what I do all day long. This is welcome to my life. I know this is when my puppy just sits there and looks at me like, are we ever going out to play? Nika is on a 2-hour walk today. So I wanted this to be wonderful for her so that she could leave. Johnny is here, just looking fabulous, lying on the floor, just looking fabulous in case I have any questions on how to make it go. Make it go, Johnny. Let's see. Sometimes I don't get what I want, but I get what I need. I know who you are, Black Milk. I've been reading your stuff before. How are you? I love it that you are talking to each other. You know the philosophy. You know where we're coming from. Okay, working with a therapist. I'm almost afraid to start on one angle for fear that somebody's going to call again, but I'll just try it. Okay. What do we want to talk about right now? We've done breakups. I want to talk about how to voice what you want and need in a relationship and not feel uncomfortable about it. I get so many notes and comments like, I want to, how do I ask for more attention, but I don't feel needy and clingy? So if you've watched these videos long enough, you know I'm a fan of being proactive. And I think that's really important. How you say something is so important. Choose your words. If you have to write them down and memorize small phrases, then do so. You'll find a paraphrasing of that in the future, but come prepared for how do you state to somebody that you need to have them participate. For me, I think the most uncomfortable thing I ever experienced was I never wanted to be like, do you like me? Where's this going? I would say to, a person that I really didn't know where I stood with them, I'd say, I'd really, really like to explore this. Just so you know, I'm not interested in seeing anybody else right now. That's for me because I only want committed relationships. But I would say, this is where I'm coming from. This is what I'd like to explore. If you feel the same way, that would be great. Don't have to. But if you do, this is what I would need. I would need to hear from you. I need to know you're into it. So that would keep me interested and available to explore this even more so. Because we don't know how this chapter is going to turn out. We don't know the end story of this book. That's something we have to take piece by piece. Okay, so you guys are talking to each other. That's good. Okay. Let's see, what else do we have? I'm happily single. I answered that on Facebook. This is really cool. I just want to remind everybody, yes, I'm here for love and relationships, and that's great. But I want you to know that single is a category in and of itself. And it doesn't mean you're scared to love, and it doesn't mean that nobody wants you. It simply means that you may be taking time to do work that you couldn't if you're an overgiver. Sometimes there are times in our lives where we have to focus. I took a huge amount of time to myself to kind of get my business going around 2011 because I'd always been distracted by some relationship. And it was great that I contributed so much to their life, but I needed stuff for myself. And I found that I didn't have the balance to do both at the same time the way I wanted to. And it felt so amazing. It was so beautiful because I could fully focus on me. If you're kind of inherently self-oriented, you're not going to know what I'm talking about. If you're an overgiver, over-nurturer, you're the support person, you're going to know exactly what I'm talking about. So a little bit of dating detox would be wonderful. Okay, I urge you, any of you who are already with me on Magnifi, just to let you know this is a free call, and that's how we're doing it today. So I didn't know that YouTube blocks how this goes, and I think in the description in my videos, I have it listed. So let me see what else. Where are we now? Oh, so we're back in exes and relationships. Let's see. Oh, let's talk about approach. Okay, Zach, so you're talking about how to approach people and the best places to meet a partner. So I don't do the club scene. I don't do the bar scene. Really, really uncomfortable for me. Can you imagine? Like 1 hour in, I can't hear anyone. There's, oh, yeah, Shirley. Hi, Shirley. It's like, no, Susan. It's like, it's all visual. You can't hear. You can't have a conversation. Personally, I flourish in a group, in a small setting, in intimate conversations. So wherever you flourish, doesn't have to be at a bar. But you have to leave, yes, do your online if you're comfortable with that. But you should leave the house. But what I like best are social situations where you are going to enjoy being there. Okay, we've got a call coming in. Hi. Okay, bear with me, everyone. Okay, wow, Susie makes it go. Okay. Hi, how are you?
Hi, how are you?
I'm going to keep the video off because we have a poor connection Wi-Fi wise, but I can see you. You look adorable.
Oh, God.
And you've got a doggy. This is wonderful.
Oh, can you see me on camera?
I can see your picture. That's okay. When we have a bad Wi-Fi connection, it's better to have the video off. I'll leave mine on unless the phone goes. So you do know that you're on YouTube Live right now. Do you know that?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Okay, so we go code words if you need them. Okay.
Okay. So, not sure. So, yeah, so I've been single for a few years now, just doing my own thing. And I'm just wondering, after so many years of just building an independence, how do you go back into just having someone in your life that you actually, want to have there every day?
Oh, girl, do I hear you? I'm feeling this one. Congratulations that you have created a life that is so delicious and so wonderful that now it's simply a question of, okay, now do I really want to, do I really want to do that again? You don't have to. If you want to, it's got to be something that's got value. And I'd say start small. Start small. Don't think of, if you know you're a relationship person, you're only going to go for that. But start small. Coffee. See if you like being with someone. See if you want to make time for them. See if your life is a little bit more edifying. If the colors pop a little bit more, they inspire you because, I don't know, they did something that you didn't know you were going to like. And so I'd start by being open to including. And the way to get around the discomfort is make it an experiment. I'm not going to do anything serious. Just going to experiment. I'm going to do some research.
I guess, too, the question is, how do you feel like you want to find the time? I mean, you want to be in a relationship, but at the same time, you don't want to make time for it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense that you're really not that motivated. So are people pressuring you?
Well, you do feel pressure being getting that every year you get older, but also I do want to have somebody to be with. But at the same time, there is time that I don't know that I want to take away from my own personal time. So I don't know if that's something that will change.
Well, we don't have to make it an either or. So let's go back and revisit your template of what you think is required in a relationship time-wise. Mark Zuckerberg had an entire contract. Many Silicon Valley dudes are like having time contracts with their partners or their dates or their spouses. Like, how much are we going to give each other? Like, did you know that this is the first time in history that's actually up for negotiation? So I'd ask you to revisit what you think is the requirement of a relationship. Are you convinced? Does that automatically mean that you think every weekend has to be at somebody else's home and you're not in yours? No. Let's rethink this. Okay, here's what I'd like you to ask yourself. I'd like you to do this homework tonight, if you can. Write down this question. What is my ideal structure of time together in a relationship? And do it for 1 week. How many times a week would I want to see my partner? How many hours? How many overnights? If you do, so step 3 is a video that I did, and I don't know the YouTube code number for it, but it's I think it's step 1, how to get the love you want. Step 2, why do you want it, or something. Step 3 is, how does it look and feel in the real world? And that's the video I'd like you to watch. Actually, watch step 1, step 2, and step 3. They're older ones. I'm in the kitchen in Arizona, but that is going to define. I'd like you to do it, not what you think it should be. And I don't care if you come up with 3 hours. Make them 3 good hours. You never know. This is a big world. Somebody's going to want what you're wanting. There's got to be somebody out there who's going to go, God, if I just had a partner that only really wanted me for a day and a half, this would be perfect.
Yeah.
Does that help you, Andrea? Go back and open up your consideration. Remember, this is your life. You get to create the template you want. Does that help?
Yeah, that's good.
Okay, hon. Thank you so much.
All right.
Thank you for your call. I appreciate it. Okay.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. But that was wonderful because that's it. I love these new questions that we haven't touched on lately. So people are definitely getting through on Magnifi. So this is wonderful, you guys. You know, I'm going to have a ton of this stuff. I'm watching this go ding, 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 ding. I've got some big reading to do at the end of all this. Okay, Bertie Curie, this is cute. Susan, your videos made me realize I'm the strong, brave one, willing to love and continue to love no matter what. Yes, you are. Oh, I love this guy. Okay. Hi. Can you hear me?
Hi.
You do know that you're live on YouTube right now, right? So anything you say is like, okay, good enough. I love this guy. Brilliant. Love this guy. Okay, so what do you have for me today?
Good. I just wanted to say thank you for everything you've done for me and how you've helped me get me through my process to the point where I'm at with an older woman. I just wanted to ask you, I'm 6 months in myself now.
Yeah.
And at this point, what things would you recommend as I continue to dive another 6 months into this?
Okay, so let's get some markers of what you think success is in a relationship. So not your mate. Love your mate, but I'd like you to, of your own time, figure out what do you need to feel comfortable in the next 6 months? Because your answer may be different than your partner's. Like you mentioned there are children involved in this. This is a younger man with an older woman, but he's an extraordinary younger man, as most of them are, okay, that are with an older woman. This guy blows research and personal advancement out of the waters, okay? So what's your timeline? What's your goal? When do you want to be doing your overnights? There are kids involved, so this is a new thing. When do you want it? When do you want to be?
Yeah, like in the next 2-3 months.
Yeah, why don't you write down what you would like and start with that? And then where do you want to be by next spring? And how often do you want to be together? Where do you want to be living? Let's take the next 6 months, because I think for you it's upping the time that you're together and getting more. It's a tricky thing with little ones, getting them a person who's getting a partner. And so mom wants to be doing the right thing, and mom is very certain, but mom's also, mom's got we all get our little fears going in, and so she's just trying to pace herself. So why don't you start with what is it? Friday night into Saturday night into Sunday. Let's see where you want to go next, okay? And take the days. How many days do you want? And then what about alone time that's not family time? How much family time? Do you want to be involved in all the holidays? Would that make you feel completely included?
Absolutely.
Okay, so let's do a 6-month plan and take a look at the holidays, and then write that in your mind, in your mind's eye. What would be the most perfect scenario? Would it be that we all have Christmas together? Would it be that I can give the kids presents? Is it that mommy and daddy get to go out on New Year's by themselves? Let's kind of pre-plan an ideal version and then start with that.
Okay, will do. Thank you very much.
You are so lovely. I'm so fond of him. Oh my goodness, I get so close to my people. Thank you so much. Thank you, my dear. He does so much on his own. I mean, I feel ridiculous even coaching, because the guy is so brilliant on his own. I mean, have you ever had those people that they ask you what to do and you're kind of like, you're so advanced. You've already answered the question. I could just tell you, yeah, you do. Yes, keep doing what you're doing. That's it. Keep doing what you're doing. So so I do, I entered this field, older women, younger men. And once I saw that it had kind of integrated itself into society, I thought, I got so much more to say. I'm looking at people dating nowadays, and I'm looking at everybody hurting each other, and I'm like, it just doesn't have to be like this. And I think some of you all know that. So I knew that nobody was going to listen to me if I just tried to tell them, don't be afraid of love. It's okay. You're not going to be hurt forever. It's worth it. They're like, oh, no. So I actually purposefully dated the worst guys in the world for 6 years, because I figured if I can get through it and survive, I can give some other people some good information. And boy, is that rich for advising all of you guys. So pretty soon, Nika will be coming back, and I think I'm going to take, this is a good question. I'm going to be closing up in about the next 5 or 10 minutes. So if you have a call, go to Magnifi, Magnifi. Right now, download it from your iPhone. It's free. Call me. The call is free. Should you date somebody, wait, where was that? Should you date someone who had a bad dating past. Okay, so I actually answered a question like this, and you guys haven't seen it yet in the video. Okay, so here's what I feel about it. There's what happened, and then there's what you've heard has happened. You can date somebody that has a sketchy past if they look like they are really actively trying to do a better job and they value relationships. Remember, who they were with that other person doesn't mean that's who they are going to be with you. New input creates different output. So it doesn't always mean that. However, if this person has a pattern of behavior that is habitual, like this is a known cheater, like there's no relationship has ended otherwise other than this person cheating, you might want to take a pause there because that's one of the biggies that is hard to overcome, okay? If they're a chronic liar, if they have chronic addiction that they refuse to address, and if it's a chronic problem, that's what I would call a scenario where you'd have to be supremely motivated and a little bit on the social worker side to enter something like that, okay? So let's see, what else do we have? So last calls, we're getting near the end of the bar is going to close pretty soon, guys. So let me see. What else? Let's see. Can you talk about the question posted on this comment line? I don't have the app. Sarahi, I think I might have missed where it is. This goes by pretty quickly. So, Susan, do exes who line up your replacement display the same behaviors as an ex who is just, okay, I'm not sure quite on. This is sometimes why, if I sometimes don't answer your questions in the text message, it's because there's more to it than that. I'm trying to ferret these out and figure them out. Let's see. Do exes who line up your replacement display the same behaviors as an ex who is just rebounding? People do worry about rebounds. Rebounds tend to be band-aid relationships. We live in a unique time period where people just always, there's this tendency to want to go back to your ex. And in my life, I had never experienced that. There is when you're so comfortable with them, they are your person, you had years together, the breakup is huge. It's friends have to divide, families have to divide, homes have to divide. I mean, it's a big deal. But in our time period, I'm kind of convinced that we're having such a hard time getting together that when we get a partner, we don't want to lose them. And a rebound person would have a sense of urgency, I think, to want to get involved with you. You'd know that they've just come out of a breakup, and they tend to not live too far past the honeymoon stage because when it gets real with you, they just came out of something very, very real. So I'd be very careful about rebound relationships. And then I have to add, just because it's true, that there's always the exception to every generality that we give here. Okay, so I'm going to take one more call on Magnifi if you guys can call me. And if not, I'm going to read a couple more of these. Advice for loneliness or being single during the holidays. Yes, I did a video on that. I did a video when it's a holiday breakup because, whether it's your birthday like Zach or it's a holiday breakup, that's horrible. Alone during the holidays. Yeah, there's a big difference between alone versus lonely. Now, I'm an only child and I'm adopted. I go into any therapist's office, they're like, oh, oh. I may have a better disposition for being able to tolerate being alone, and I like my privacy. I do. But our culture and our society has put a vast premium on togetherness and on family, and especially during the holidays. There are so many people that get blue during the holidays because they are living under this veil of a perfect Norman Rockwell, happy, loving family. But then you got the drunk uncle, and then you have the abusive cousin that you don't like, and then the aunts are fighting. And it's not like that in real life. It would be beautiful if it was, but it's not. So one, don't buy into the commercialism that makes it like, oh, you're a loner. Find things to make you happy. Find a way to go counter-directed. When everybody's gaining weight and drinking too much or whatever, go to the gym. Start an exercise class. Start your diet. Do the opposite. Commit. Why don't you look for something that will excite you? whether it's a trip someplace or people you want to see, have something to look forward to, because I think we tend to fall back on our partner as that, well, I don't have to make plans. I've got my partner, we'll do whatever, we'll go to the in laws. And I think that this would be a time to really get out and look for other people that want to do something fun. One Christmas, I know we went Christmas caroling on horseback. I put that on Facebook in the video. It was so much fun with a boombox through the neighborhood. Of course, out in the Southwest, it's a ways from one house to the next, but everybody had horses. And it was a ton of fun. Find friends to be with. And by the way, not everybody is partnered. I wouldn't have a website, right? I wouldn't do the work I'm doing if everybody's happily partnered. So be creative. Go to Meetup. Go to some events that you like. Let's see, what else do we have here? That's regarding character, honesty, bravery. Oh, how do you know if somebody's the one? There was a lot more involved in that. Okay, so I know that there are entire franchises to the one. Personally, I think it's like soulmate. Anybody and everyone could be the one. The one is just a label that you put on something because you have decided that you have met your perfect match. I don't think there is a special the one, because there are multiple paths we could take in life. The one for this direction, I could have stayed being an opera singer. Very different kind of man that I lived with during that time period. That guy wanted the opera singer. The next person was the writer. Not everybody wants a reclusive writer. It's like there's a one for any path that you go down. I think there are multiple stories that are possible here. And I think that we sometimes get in this cultural thing where we beat ourselves up thinking, I'm not living the right story. I'm not living the story they want me to live. And there are multiple stories. And if you don't like the story you're in and you don't like the way it's rolling out, go back to the drawing board, start again. Because I think, you could have the most impactful relationship over a weekend. I know that sounds crazy, but things are what they are. And it doesn't mean longevity is phenomenal. And many of us in this current time period marvel at how our grandparents could do it. But I want to remind you that it's not always longevity that is the qualifier of something that is rich and meaningful. It is how we show up, how we intersect, what we learn about ourselves, what we give, what we share, what we leave. These are the things that are so important. And in your struggles, as you're looking to meet people, as you're looking to get it right with that person that you want to get it right with, as you're looking to improve the relationship you have, whether it's date night or it's something else, I want you to be mindful of your participation. Most every query that I get starts with, they did this and they did that, and what do I do, and what are they thinking? I know that's what you guys want. What are they thinking? What do they want? How can I get them back? How can I get them? But we have to keep moving it back to the conversation that's the most important and the only one that we have control over, which is, what do you want? Remember, you are in almost all cases there by choice. If you're in a relationship that's uncomfortable, you've made a choice day in and day out to be there. You can make new choices. You can become a different version of yourself, a better version of yourself. You can speak up. You can put your foot down. You can develop boundaries. You can develop things that give you life beyond the relationship so that you have more strength and independence. You can, while looking for people, know what you want, and also at the same time hold an open mind that's saying, I'm a little nervous about dating, so I think I'm going to relieve the pressure and tell myself, I'm just going to do some research. I'm going to see what I like. I'm going to go to the buffet table and I'm going to try a little of this, a little of that. And, a date is not a commitment. A date is a meet and greet, and you can just go and explore. So the thing about exploring is we get a lot more comfortable exploring when we can trust ourselves. And you get comfortable trusting yourself when you explore and you come back and you analyze and you're in charge. So it's kind of going in the same direction. So you guys, we don't have any more calls on Magnifi, and we will sort this out so that you can all do it. Perhaps I didn't give you a great video to begin with, but I will have these again. And if you can, in advance, download the free app, I'll come back here because there's so much content here, and I'd love to be able to talk to you and have you guys even call in on Magnify and say, "Oh, I heard the last call, and I would do this." I would love to have this kind of conversation with you. So prepare for next time. Think about it. Magnifi. If you have an iPhone, they are coming to Android soon, and will be worldwide soon. So I'm going to, let's see, I think we're almost at the end of our time. So let's see. I'll tell you what. Oh, Crime Stoppers. Oh, by the way, if you don't know, there are so many of you that I recognize your name. And again, thank you for participating on this page because I used to write everybody back, but I had 125 followers. So it was easy. You guys, so let's see, where do many of your relationships, mine? So where do many of your relationships and where do the coaches meet? Okay, so I I really can't do online. I don't like online. That's just me. I've done it. I prefer in real life, which means I have to leave the house, which is a real burden. Okay, but the gym and social circles, joining a private club and a social club, a networking club, all these things are wonderful. Getting out of the house, meeting new people, because everybody you meet leads you to somebody else. But mostly just have an attitude of wanting it. Having life say, "Hey, I think I'm looking for this. Show me. Show me an example." Okay? That'll work for you very well. Listen, there were wonderful questions in here. I didn't get to all of them. We are going to do this again. You guys, we will have you downloaded with Magnify. We'll do this again where I'll answer your questions for free. And for my callers, thank you so much. You guys, you are the most wonderful audience. Please know that I truly, truly value your coming to me. There are so many people on here. I think it's actually going to make me cry. I really, really, really appreciate this. I mean it from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much for being with me on this journey where we discover ourselves and our strengths together. Thank you very much. Love you. Thank you so much.